What is up, guys? Matt the Riff Master here at Bloodstock 2017, and we're joined by Adam. Now, Adam, you're the guy that makes this happen.
One of many.
One of many. So, do you want to tell us a little bit about sort of maybe how this started, how you got to doing this, you and everyone else, obviously?
Yeah, I mean, it kind of started as a great idea in a pub. It was my dad at the time with a mate of his, and there was nowhere back in 2000 that you could really go that there was a metal festival or heavy rock at that time. Download didn't exist. Yeah. Monsters Rock had finished. Your Reading and Leeds and bits and bobs were around, but nothing sort of to I suppose bespoke to the genre. So somebody said to me, "How great would it be to start a festival?" And he went, "What a great idea! Let's do it." Now, luckily for us, he's an artist and paints pictures and things, and he'd done album covers for Saxon. So just gave Biff a call and said, "Fancy headlining a show we're going to do." Yeah. Biff went, "Yeah," and it kind of grew from there. So yeah,
wow.
Yeah, became a labour of love after that.
Well, the greatest ideas come from a pub, didn't they?
They'll start with beer, don't they?
And what a great idea it was. I mean, it's been going since how long now?
17 years.
17 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
17.
And it's pretty successful, would you say, every year?
Yeah, I mean, we've got a plan for sort of stable organic growth and get a little bit bigger every year.
Yeah.
Very much around the feel of the event rather than putting on the biggest bands you can find. And we don't want to get too big too quick. No. So it's stable, gradual growth, and kind of go from there.
So the planning that go, like you just said before we started, that it gets sort of locked down quickly and starting to find bands for the next one. How long is the process of starting to put it all together, like getting the bands to, the day, the weekend that it starts?
I mean, we start, bear in mind, we're at the event now, and we've been talking about bands for probably the last 6 months for 2018. Yeah. We got confirmations in literally 2, 3, 4 weeks ago for the 2 headliners last night, and third confirmation hopefully in the next sort of 2 or 3 weeks for next year. But over and above that, it's all the staging side of things and licensing and everything else. So it's a labour of love, as I said, and it's something that does take a lot of time, but from a lot of people, not just me.
Yeah,
there's Rachel, because Bloodstock's family orientated, so we're a family that run it. We're not a PLC, we're not a corporate. It's privately owned. Yeah. And Rachel, who sort of sits behind the scenes, does a lot of the infrastructure side of things and doesn't get any glory. But you've either got a face for radio or a face for TV, and apparently she's got a face for radio. So yeah, so it's good. It's something that does take a lot of stress as well, but in a good way.
Yeah. When you see it, all the stress that you must go through, putting it together, getting the bands to play, is it satisfying when it gets to the weekend and you see everyone out there having a good time as well, and people back here as well?
Oh, it's emotional. Yeah. And I think we sold out this year for the first time. And that's always a pinnacle you want to reach, where you get to a level you can actually write sold out and mean it. And when that did happen a few weeks ago, we were quite emotional about that at the time. And to see that on the stage, and you've got everybody having fun and enjoying themselves. I mean, of course, over the weekend the stress doesn't stop, because you need to make sure everything happens and works as it should. But as long as that happens, fantastic.
Because we've seen you like marching back and forth constantly, like very, very busy man, intense look on his face. But I'm sure you're having fun at the same time.
I don't mean to have intense look. I think I've just got one of those looks.
Just one of them.
I'm probably quite happy, but
just got one of them faces. Absolutely. Well, it's my first time at Bloodstock.
Cool.
And what a way to do it. I mean, being able to come backstage with these guys, it's been fun, and everything out there. It's just it's all put together perfectly. Having the different stages, especially a New Blood stage, I love.
Yeah, I mean the new blood is the heartbeat of the festival.
Yeah.
We've all got bands. We all love music, and if we can't support the bands of tomorrow, who is and for us, we want to find that next Maiden, Metallica, or Rammstein, or anybody else, and they're going to come from these types of events. And the roadshow we do, Metal to the Masses, it's as popular as ever. It's massive now. I think we were in 29 or 30 cities this year, and all events were really, really well attended, and most sold out. So
that's so cool. That is very awesome. So yourself, I'm assuming that this is the kind of music you listen to, or are you into like classic rock or jazz, classical music, anything like that?
I've got a very varied taste. I mean, I kind of like some stuff, and people go, "Really?
Yeah.
You run a metal festival?" But then there's I don't think because you like metal, you only have to like metal.
Yeah.
And then don't get me wrong, I'm not a take that person or anything else like that. And if that's your thing, cool. But for me, I like rock, hard rock, metal. I like a little bit more kind of melody to it, and understand the voice. But that's me personally. There's lots of people that like the thrash side of things and the doom, and and that's great. But as an event, we're a metal festival, so we're not a genre-specific metal festival. If it fits within that band, then it's worth putting on.
If it's good, let's do it. Awesome. So you're saying that have you got any bands confirmed for next year? Did you say?
So, we announced last night. We announced Gojira as one of the headliners, and we announced Nightwish as another headliner.
Cool.
And we've got many more in the pipelines, and hopefully the third headliner very, very soon.
Awesome. That's been so this is the last day today. What's it? Obviously, the stress coming up to the festival. What's it like afterwards? When everything's done and gone, everything around. What's the sort of time frame of getting everything gone and that sort of setup?
Well, generally, I mean, it's first and foremost Sunday night. Headliner comes off, and it's just that massive. Your shoulders drop, and it's like brilliant. Everything's gone as it should have done, and you can relax a little bit. Tomorrow morning, back on site at sort of 6-7. By the time I get back on site at 6-7, a lot will be broken down already.
Oh, really?
Within the next 7-8 days, you'll never know we've been here, other than a few patches of grass where it sort of needs to recover a bit. But other than that, everybody does a great job, and we're out very, very quickly.
Awesome. So you've obviously got a lot of people working throughout the whole festival, doing everything at once, sort of thing, and that's.
I mean, as I said, people sort of keep, and I've been walking around the last couple of days, and they've been thanking us for putting on this event. We might be sort of organising the event, but we're not putting it on. It's the crews, it's the fans, it's the bands. They're putting it on. We're just sort of helping put it all together.
I think that's one part of festivals and shows that some people that don't get much credit is the people behind it all. The people that set all that stuff going on up there on the stage. It takes a lot, and a lot of those people do need some credit, and a shout out to all the crew and all those guys.
I mean, if you look at it, and you can sort of typify it as a body. You've got the brain, if you like, that is, if you can call us that, then we become the brain of it, and then you've got the sort of the muscle of it, which is all the crews and the staff and everybody behind it that kind of puts it together. The heartbeats, the fans. It all kind of fits together quite nicely. So it does take a lot of people, and they work immensely hard and never get any credit. So all credit to those guys. So
absolutely, good job, guys. Everyone out there. So one more question. Do you have a favourite band?
Now or from the weekend, or just
start off from this weekend? Who's been your favourite so far?
So far, I love King 810.
Me too. I've only just started listening to them.
And the reason I like King 810 is it's not just about noise and sort of angry vocals. There's a story behind it. So if you understand the story and you know the guys and you kind of know what's coming, it's actually quite it's quite deep.
It's like we listened to them on the way up here, and I was kind of like, the story, the journey you go through with their music is just like just leaves you speechless.
Other than that, Monomar Friday night for me were just wow. The production element to it, and Ghost last night. I mean, there's so many bands, and I don't really want to sort of pick out they were good. They've all been brilliant this weekend.
They all put on a good show.
Definitely.
And in general, a favourite band of yours maybe that you always kind of go to listen to?
I like a bit of Five Finger Death Punch, and again, a little bit of a story behind it, and bits and bobs. Absolutely. So I kind of listen to anything. It depends what mood I'm in.
That is
I
a
like
little
classical
bit.
music. If I'm Monday is a good day for classical music, so
unwind, absolutely. So thanks for hanging out and taking the time to talk, and it's cool to talk to you and find out how it all gets together. And obviously it's not just you, so shout out to the whole family and everyone. Definitely. So thank you very much. So guys, we've been here with Adam at Bloodstock 2017, and we're going to go enjoy the rest of the music now. So as always, rock out, be awesome, see ya.